Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Malcolm from the Steelmate.
Good morning, everyone. I am Will from Steelmate. Welcome to our Accounting Fair Live.
Okay. Today we will introduce a different kind of the product from the Steelmate. Will, do you have any idea about the Steelmate?
Our Steelmate is more than 27 years, and when we also develop all kinds of the electronic products such as the car assistant, parking assistant, motorcycle alarm system, and also develop some kind of the new products such as the blind spot detection, favor collision warning, and baby seat alarm, and so on.
Okay. Since your brief introduction about the Steelmate about regarding is the product and the Steelmate, it is with the very strong technology to develop different kind of the product. It helps a lot of the driver and passenger in enjoyable and safety journey. And then maybe we can know more from the below video about the Steelmate. 我是文啦，節中揾嗰個，節中揾嗰個啊，6分鐘嗰個啊。
Hello guys, I'm Abby. Today I'm going to show you around the workshop and the testing center in Steelmate to see how the workshop are running and how a product is being produced in the production line, as well as what the testing center is capable of. So let's go and look around the workshop first. Okay, now we are at the entrance of the SMT workshop. And you can see that here is the dressing room for the workshop staff to change into their ESD gears and shoes. Let's go inside to see what's going on there. After checks, here we are in SMT workshop. As you can see, there are 10 production lines over here to mount the electronic components on PCBs. With the production capacity of more than 200 million pieces of PCBs of electronic components each month. In the following minutes, I will take a closer look and show you how the tiny electronic components are being mounted. As you can see, the bare PCB piled in good order is fitting inside the machine for surface cleaning. After cleaning, the PCB will be conveyed to this Siemens machine. Look, the robotic arms are dispersing the solder paste onto the predefined area on the PCB, according to the computing program. Of course, we got quality check station here right after the solder paste printing process, to check whether the printing work was done well or not. Then, the PCB will continue to be conveyed next to the small chamber where robotic arms pick up the tiny electronic components, such as resistor, capacitor, diodes, chipsets, and place them onto the specific location based on the computing program. After components placed onto the solder paste layer, we will have them to go through this reflow soldering oven for a certain time at certain temperature, so that the components are firmly soldered with the PCBs. Okay, here we are at the last workstation, AOI testing station. Each and every piece of solder PCB will be inspected by AOI tester for any functional or physical defect. Then the OK populated PCBs will be placed into the anti-static plastic box and transferred to DIP workshop for further processing. Now we are in DIP workshop. We can see this PCB from SMT workshop are in place, and this PCB will be inserted with other plug-in electronic components. So right after plug-in components insertion and before waving soldering, we have a check station to visually inspect whether components are inserted correctly without any defect. Then, as what is done in SMT workshop, you got the components soldered onto the PCB. So the wave soldering oven is in place to solder the components for a certain time at a certain temperature. When the solder PCB come out of the oven, we have got a checking station here visually inspected the soldering quality. At last, to ensure quality and functions of the components and the PCBAs, we've got ICT test at the end of the line to give all PCBAs a thorough physical and functional inspection. And the PCBA tested OK will be transferred to assembly workshop. Well, now we are in the parking assist system assembly workshop. In this workshop, the finished products will be assembled and packaged manually. We can see that after assembling parts onto the PCBAs, The semi-finished products will have to go through a test machine for functional test. After the structural parts are assembled, we have a check station here to test again all the functional performance of the product before they can be through to package station. This is roughly how our product is being produced and how the workshop are running. And next, I will show you around the testing center and tell you what it's capable of. Hey guys, now we are standing in front of gate of the testing center. Let's go and take a closer look. Wow, look at this certificate. Here we get testing capability approvals from national organization and OEM customers. The testing center is accredited by CNAS in accordance with ISO 17025 general work requirements on testing and calibration. Going forward, we will see the automotive test system. It is a testing system that can simulate the harsh electronic environments in vehicle and test the anti-interference capability of power supply electronic pumps for the product. Next to it is the shielding room, where CI tests are performed to verify the capability of the products to affect other objects. Here is another room with test device sourced from Japan. It can simulate as high as 30 kV static charge to test the product. Out of anti-static test room, we now come into environmental test room. You can see the test chambers are all occupied by the products being tested. High temperature tests and low temperature tests, salt spray tests are being performed in this room. On the right side is the automatic radar detection test zone. The radar detection range can be verified here, and the test data will be shown and stored in the related computer. In this room, we got inspection tools such as X-ray machine, Rose tester, and a microscope that can magnify image up to 2,000 times. Down on the first floor, we have other test requirements. Mechanical shock table is used to test products for its endurance of mechanical shock. 3-in-1 temperature test chamber is used to perform the high temperature test, low temperature test, and vibration test. Okay guys, what I have shown you today are only parts of the competitive that Steelmate production line and testing center obtain. If you want to learn more about Steelmate, please join us in online Canton Fair. Hope you guys can enjoy it. Bye!
Okay, as we see, Steelmate has developed so many kinds of the product. As I'm a driver, I always will place so many display in my dashboard. And then sometimes I need to focus on my parking sensor display. I need to focus on the BSD display. And then sometimes I also focus on the FCW, the display, so that when I come across a different situation, my attention will be attracted by different display.
Yeah, it's a lot of safety.
To some degree, I'm saying that Steelmate provide very safety and then a very comprehensive product for the driver. So I'm just wondering, could it be possible there is any product can be in integration so that it is the one display can hand over all our requirements, can satisfy of our requirements, so that we will have better driving experience at this moment. So could you have any idea, or do you have any recommendation for this kind of product?
Yes, our Steelmate have been to develop one product can be combine all the function part in one model to show in one display. We call it one as safety driving system.
Okay.
Why is one as safety driving system? Do you know it?
Actually, I have no idea about it. Could you have details, the introduction?
Yeah, one is represent to the one display to show for our function part. S is mean for we can combine different kind of the function part into this DVR to show on this display to have a warning to us.
Okay, good. It looks like just one display can cover all a function or some of the function, right? You have a detailed introduction about what function it will cover in one display.
Yeah, of course. First, we have in our basic driving, we need to have the parking, right?
Yes, the parking, it is very common and it is very useful. It is, I think the parking, it is the end of our journey. And when we finish the whole long time the driving, at the last stop, it will be the parking for the car. So parking, it is available in your DVR, right?
Yes, is any difficulty when you parking?
Sure, because when I in some very narrow space, it is take my times to park for the long time. I have to focus on my two mirror, the rear mirror to see how is the space. And sometimes if I got a passenger, I will let the passenger go down to check how is the space, how to park it. In my opinion, that it will take some time to park the car. If I do not have a device to remind me or to have any idea for me. So parking sensor, I think it is necessary for me at this moment.
Yeah, so our this one S safety system also have this function part for you to install in the DVR. Let me show. It's also include the front parking and the rear parking. In
Okay.
our normal time, we also come across the rear parking. So when we have installed this function part, we can have the warning for you when you in the process for the rear parking. Just like we can show you the test street. Just like this showing the beep beep sound and the color and icon and the beep beep sound will be flash when it's very cold. And when it stop, will be beep beep sound to let you stop the car.
Oh,
Just
I see.
like this.
It looks like ours the common parking sensor, but it is have a different sound for different distance to
Yeah.
remind the driver to park the car. If it is very close, the sound will be very loud, and then it looks like very urgent. So that I will stop the car and then I will take the break at this moment. And then it is available for the from rear the parking. How about the front parking?
We also have the front parking module for this product. That means that when you have the rear parking, rear parking will very close on the land of it, will be detect about 2.5 meter of it. So will be when you have parking, you can in advance to load rather have the barrier rear side of you to load the rear side of you have the barrier. So to help you have the helpful back parking during when you parking the car. And for your mentioned the front parking, we also normally when we have the two car in when we have to park into the middle side of the space. So we need the rear parking and then we also need the front parking, right?
Yes.
If we lock very cautions for it, it's very easy to the crash of the front bumper.
Okay.
So we also need the front parking or front parking sensor. Front parking sensor is also available to our product.
Okay, I see. That it looks very nice for this kind of the design, so that we know there is the front parking and then the rear parking. So it is how many sensors for the rear parking?
Rear parking we normally suggest to install the 4 sensor. 4 sensor to out of the bumper. And if you choose the 2 sensor, it's also okay for the rear parking.
Okay, I see. So it looks like 4 sensor and 2 sensor is available for the rear parking. So how about the front parking? Do you have any suggestion?
Front parking is also have the same sensor quantity you can choose. You can choose the 2 and the 4 sensor also.
Oh, I see. I think that it looks very nice. So may I have more detail about the installation for the parking sensor?
Let me show you the package of the function part of the parking sensor first. You can see that there will be this is the rear parking sensor. You can see that there will be the ECU of the rear parking, and then will be the ABCD for you to choose the install the sensor cable of it. So when you finish to connect the cable, just screw the bumper of the sensor and then install the sensor. It's a very easy job when you install this parking assist system.
As I know what you are talking about, it looks like this kind of the installation for the rear parking sensor. It is common, but it's not very difficult to installation. And then what is more, there's any the connection between the DVR and then the rear parking sensor, the ECU connection? Because as we see in the Steelmate the product, such as the V10, such as the M7, M8, there's a connection. This is the wiring from the display to the ECU. Normally, just like this kind of product. That is the reason we think it. Maybe if I need to install the parking sensor with the wiring to the display, maybe I think that it will cost some time, and then I have to dismantle some of the plastic part of the car. So it will take time to do it. So do you have any suggestion, or how is the installation for the rear parking sensor?
For the rear parking sensor, you see that we just finished installation of the function part of this ECU, and the ECU connected with this DVR is wireless, no need to connect to any cable. Do you know why?
Why?
Because we have developed this receiver to wireless connected to our first, this receiver is have the cable to connect it to the DVR. Then we can put our receiver off top of our car to stick on our car, and then the signal can have the transmission with our ECU. That means that our ECU is wireless connected to our DVR to transform the information into our DVR screen. So it's no need to any cable for it.
Okay, I see. I just received information.
We first need to show you the introduction our DVR for A1 safety system. 邊個播放個視頻？N98 N900。
小心！
As we see, there's an introduction about the A-in-1's function, and then so how it works together with the A function. It looks like it's the A function can be seen in the one display in the DVR. I think the DVR becomes very common in our market at this moment. So I think it's you just introduce the parking sensor about the rear parking, and then could you introduce the more, such as the TPMS, because the TPMS, it is also very important, the safety devices to help the driver and ensure the safety of the passenger. So could it be available TPMS on the DVR display?
Yeah, for the TPMS, we can see that we have the function part for our TPMS sensor. We normally suggest to use our internal sensor. This is our internal sensor. That means that you just, if you want to monitor the tire pressure of your car, you just buy this one set TPMS sensor, 4 sensor to install in your car. Then we'll have the pairing issue, so we'll be show the data of our DVR screen just like this. And if had the problem, such as the high pressure, there will be the warning of the screen to mention to you have the high pressure, or the low pressure and the high temperature and the pressure leakage. There will be the beep sound to remind you, and also the screen will show the data of it.
Oh, it looks like very nice for it. You just have a different reminding on this display, so that the TPMS can be we can know how is the tire situation on the display. In the fast leakage, in the high temperature, in the low temperature, in the high pressure. So it looks like it is the same with the Steelmate, another TPMS.
Yes.
The solution, the TPMS, the product at this moment. So it's just transfer from our TPMS the display into our DVR display, so that we can see more information from it. I think so far I've just go to so many markets, such as the Vietnam market and Thailand market. They show a lot of the DVR in the market. Sometimes they always just tell the customer, or they just the DVR comply with some function is very common. And then we believe that such as the TPMS reminding FCW and then the blind spot detector, it is very unique at this moment. So it is rare to see in the market at this moment such kind of the product. But this kind of the technology is technology is innovative, and then it is developed by the Steelmate. It looks like it's very unique, and then it's very competitive, the product at this moment. So this A function, I have a simple question first. This A function is optional, or just have to install in one time, or just installed by the optional for the customer?
Let me explain to you first. You have the basic requirement for our DVR for your recording, the driving, and for the rear and the front. So you need to buy our DVR first. This is the basic requirement for our DVR. Then when you are driving and your car have, when you are driving, such as have some situation such as you have the difficulty for the parking, so you can buy our function parking sensor to install to install to pair to our DVR to help you parking. And when you have the when you want to monitor the tire pressure and your car lock install the TBS, so you can buy the actual TBS sensor to install on your car and then pair the DVR again. That means that if you buy this DVR set, no matter the mirror one or the small screen one,
Okay.
you just buy this one first, and then if you want to install the function part you need it for it, you can buy the function part actually as you want. No need to buy all function as you all together.
Oh, I see. Because as you see, in a different market have a different requirements, such as the passenger seat belt that reminds the function we see in the video. As I know, in the 2022 and the 2023, maybe Japan will be carry on the new policy to supervise all the passengers should be with the seat belt. I mean the tighter seat belt on the sedan car on the car, because as we see only the from two seats, the driver's seat and the pilot driver's seat, they require to take the seat belt at this moment in China. They're the same. But in the latest policy is said that all the people in the sedan car in the car should be take the seat belt, cannot be take off the seat belt in this moment. So it looks like if we have such a kind of the devices, we can remind the rear seat, the passenger, to take the seat belt calmly in case any penalty and break the law. So it looks like very useful. But in at that time, in another country such as Thailand or the Malaysia or the Indonesia and the Philippines, Vietnam, they're the same. They do not require the passenger to take the seat belt, but this function to them it is not useful, or it is not the right time It is not the right time to have this function. Maybe later. Yeah. Maybe later for this function. I think at this moment the bright spot and then the TPMS, it is the more key point function for them. Yeah. So I think it is the difference. The country have a different situation. That is the reason I just asking all the function. It is the optional or it is not optional. So I think it's optional. It will be more help our customer to install the relevant product better. Yeah. So okay, it looks like very nice. Besides the TPMS, I know the TPMS. We sell so many TPMS to abroad for the aftermarket, and then we are considering, could it be possible to replace the originals, the TPMS, the display? Because take an example, I buy the Steelmate, the TPMS in the market before, and then I want to buy the DVR at this moment. I choose the Steelmate DVR. So I will replace the the solar TPMS display. Okay. So could it be possible to pairing the current TPMS sensor to the your DVR? Could it be possible?
Yeah. For your questions is if your display is maybe sometimes is broken and you want to choose one new TPS and you also want to have the requirement to install the DVR, you can buy our DVR, and then your sensor, it is also as you know, our sensor is can be used more than 5 years as normally time.
Yes.
Yep. So our sensor is if the high quality can be used for a very long time. And then if you want to for your question you mentioned, you want to use our previous TPS sensor to pair our DVR, right? For this question is can, because it is the send signal transmission before the between the sensor to our receiver.
Oh, I see. It means that because the original,
Yeah.
the display and the sensor have agreement or protocol.
Yeah.
This protocol is can be available on the DVR because the same protocol can be communicated, so that the sensor and then the DVR can be communicate each other when do the operation on the DVR screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, it looks very nice and very useful to the product for this such kind of the function, and then this is the convenient for the user and the driver to do it. So it looks like very nice for it. So so fast, I'm just wondering, maybe some of the country, as I mentioned yesterday, some of the people prefer the external sensor at this moment. External sensor is available for it or not?
Yeah, external sensor is also available for it. As we introduction for estate, introduction for the TBS, we have the internal sensor and the external sensor. Normally, we suggest to use our internal sensor because we normally use install our sensor to our tire for one time. As we mentioned, our sensor can be used for more than 5 years. Just means that your tire also normally used for 5 years. That means when you change the tire, if you want, no need to change the sensor many times.
Oh.
That's like this. For the external sensor, because you need to install for the people you want to have the installation by yourself, you can choose the external sensor.
Oh, I see. It means that both external sensor and then the internal sensor is available to pairing to our DVR. It means that original, you buy the external sensor TBMS from the Steelmate for another model, or internal sensor of the Steelmate of another model. It can be available to update your display. Update is the information to the new DVR, to ours the DVR. It looks like very nice for it. So besides that, as we see in the video, we know there is a TBMS and the parking sensor, and then from parking sensor. So do you have more different kind of the functions, such as the blind spot detector? Because blind spot detector become more and more popular in the different country. In the 2080, I remember I've been to the car exhibition. I've been to the car exhibition to see so many cars start to compare with the blind spot detection, such as the Suzuki, such as the Toyota Camry, such as the Mitsubishi, such as the but Honda is now. The Honda use one small camera in the next to the left mirror. The left mirror. I've been to the exhibition for the new car in the Vietnam. So blind spot detection becomes one kind of the trend. It will be available in many cars. So blind spot detection, could it be available on the car or not?
Yeah, it's available to our product also. For the blind spot detection, let me at a brief introduction for the blind spot detection. What is blind spot detection function for it? Normally, we are driving. This is our car. We normally we driving the car. We see the outside situations through our side mirror and the rear mirror, and there will be the blind spot areas from 3 to 5 meters from our right rear side and the left rear side, and when some car on some motorcycle and car and passenger to goes past to this area, we cannot see this seat. We cannot see this thing to our side mirror and the rear mirror. So this situation, we need to install one blind spot detection to help us for our driving.
Oh, I see.
So for our blind spot detection, why need us blind spot detection? Why our blind spot detection have the how the feature of it? Do you know it?
Actually, I think the blind spot detection, because I also concerned the Steelmate, the introduction of the blind spot detection, they have a very nice the sensor. It is curve material to is suitable for it, and then it is a 79 gigahertz microwave radar to detect the moving object will be better. It can detect the motorcycle, it can detect the pedestrian, it can detect some moving object very well, better than the 24 gigahertz. And then, so I'm just wondering, there's any better and any special feature for the blind spot detector at this moment?
As Mr. Ma mentioned, our sensor is used 79 gigahertz microwave radar sensor. So it means you will be more precise to detect the obstacle in the bad situations such as the heavy rain, such as the slow and the low temperature, high temperature. It also can be detected very precise than the other brand sensor.
Okay, it looks nice. And
What's more, you can see this is is the curve design and the sticker design. That means that our sensor loaded to stick on the bumper to make the calculation of bumper outside and then to stick our sensor on two sides of the bumper.
I see. So it still it looks like very similar to ours, the current the blind spot detector. In the past few days, Steelmate also introduced the blind spot detection, and today we will know if the blind spot detection can be extended to our DVR. It can be integrated to our DVR, so that our driver can have better distinguish for it. So any feature more? Do you have more feature about the blind spot detection with our one in A in one? Sorry,
Yeah.
A in one as the safety system, safety the device. Do you have more idea about it?
For this A-in-1 blind spot detection function, we have some improvement for the alarm or to the passenger, such as we have the different. Let's show on the test strip for you.
Okay.
You can see there is the icon, left and the right and the yellow car. When the obstacle is come from the right side, the icon will be show the right side icon. When it come from the left side, the icon will be show to the left side icon. This is the low mode situation. This means that when we go straight for the car and we not have turn to turn left or turn right, there will be the first level warning for us. For the warning, that's when the rear car come into our blind spot area. When he come into our right side, there will the first level warning for you in the right icon. And when the car is come from our left side of the blind spot area, there will be the left icon shown in the screen. This is the first level. You can see that there is also the second level for it. Second level for it, that means that when you second level also have the left icon and the right icon. When you have the turn to turn left and turn right, there will be the second level for you, for reminding you that this car is coming on your left side or right side. You don't to turn left or turn right, otherwise you will get crash. So you can hear for one time, there will be some different you can hear.
Yeah, I heard the sound. The sound it looks like a little bit different. Could you have introduction about this sounds, the design? It looks like different sound.
Yeah, you can see that the picture is different for the left side and the right side, and different for the first level and the second level. We also developed the sound of it. The first level sound is also different for the second level sound. But what's more, for the left side for the thing come from the left side blind spot area, and the obstacle and the car come from the right side blind spot area. The sound between its first level and the second level is also the different. That means that we can by judge the scene from our sound to make the distinguish what the car came from which side, so we can make more cautious for our driving, keep our driving more safety.
I see. It looks like we know it just from the Mr. View introduction about the blind spot detection in the 79 GHz microwave radar. It can available on our DVR, and there are two different sounds from the left side and then the right side, so that it can help the driver to distinguish which side the car, the moving object is approaching, so that we will not to turn left or turn right, have a car crash or the damage on the vehicle. It looks like very nice, because as we see, I'm the driver, I always focus my vision on the in front, so that I can see what is happening in front. My attention will catch in the front the moving object or anything. But when I want to turn left or turn right, I cannot see nothing, and my mirror maybe I will turn to this side, but the car is next to me, so there will have a car crash. So what can I do? I can see different icon on the DVR. This is one part. Then another, I can hear of the different sound of from the DVR, so that I will be have more idea whether I think the decision whether I to turn left or turn right or not. It looks like a very nice, comprehensive to help the driver to see how is the performance of this kind of product.
You can see that our blind spot detection is only have the component of it is only have the two sensor, one ECU, and then the one buckle or the cable, one cable only. Just mind it, we have the shock key to directly connect to our cable.
I see.
And then we can have the basic wiring introduction to our wiring to guidance by our manual to connect to our car. When we are finished, then we'll have the pair itself to our DVR. That means we no need to have the other wire to connect to the DVR.
Okay, I see. I just see a message from one of the friend in watching our live showroom. He's just asking, there's any wiring connection between the ECU to the DVR?
The question is, I also ready to talk about it. How the connection between the ECU to our DVR is just like I mentioned at first. For our show first, our DVR to our function part is wireless connection. No need to connect any wire actually to our ECU to connect to our DVR again, because we have installed this receiver. This receiver is wireless connected, have the same protocol to connect it to our ECU function part of the BSD. So no need to connect, no need to install any wire to connect to the DVR again. For the installation of our blind spot detection, some people will think that our installation will be raised many times for for this part installation, but you can see that it's only 2 sensor, 1 ECU, and 1 other cable for it. I think some guy will also have some question for how to install our blind spot detection. Let us show you how we install our blind spot detections to our DVR.
Okay, there's any video for it?
Yes, let's show for our friends.
As please. Okay, we have watched a video about the installation about our blind spot detection. It looks like very easy and a very fast installation. The first, as Mr. View have an introduction, the component only is the some cable, 1 ECU, 2 sensor. There's the wiring for them. It is very easy. The second, just summarize the wiring at this moment. And it will be looks like not very complicated for the such kind of the product. I think it can be installed in 1 hour in a skill work.
Yeah, for the skill worker.
Okay, it looks like
about 1 hour.
Okay, and just one more question. I just received the information from my friends. He said that he used to buy the blind spot detection in our Steelmate. So could it be just replaceable like the TPMS? Because as you mentioned, the TPMS can be replaceable. The originals the display can be replaceable by the DVR. So it can be so far he just asking the originals the display of the blind spot, could it be replaceable by now? Your host very interesting and very funny is the DVR. Could it be possible?
For this question, for our first generation blind spot detection, our ECU is have some wireless to connect it to our display. So that means the first generation dashboard detection will be have some wire to connect it with some connected with our display. So for our DVR is wireless connected to our DVR. So that means we can now replace use our old blind spot detection to pair this DVR to use. So it will be process of it.
I see. It looks like because the idea is different from the original. It is the one is the wireless. It is the another is the one is the with the wire. The another is the with the wireless. For previously our blind spot detection for our current version, it is the wire between the display to the ECU. That is the reason the ECU is not compatible with wireless the delivery component and then the chips. So if we just it cannot be replaced the original display with the because it is wire. So far the delivery for the DVR and then current the blind spot detection, it is the wireless the connection. Both of them have the wireless the communication chip for it. That is the reason. The series is different. It cannot replaceable for it. Okay, thanks Mr. Wills explanation and then the instruction about the blind spot. Okay, I just go to another car's exhibition. We know it FCW. It is also very common and become the very hot product at this moment, because as I'm a driver, I'm driving in the heavy rain day, and then especially the heavy rain and then the snow. I've been to the north of the China. I've been to I saw it when I come across the snow. Sometimes it is hard for me to distinguish the cars distance, from cars distance. That caused the work problem. When I take the brake at this moment, I almost hit the front car bumper. So it means that it's very dangerous if I'm late 1 second or 2 seconds to take the brake. At this moment, I will have a car crash and will cause the great problem. As you see, it's very slippy in the raining day and then the snowing day, especially the snowing day, because the ground is icy. It is hard to if I'm late to take the brake, that will cause a great problem for it. So that's I'm just asking. There's any FCW, would it be possible to in our DVR?
For our one as safety driving system, we also can install the STW function part to install on it. For this function part, we have the sensor and the cable and one bracket to install the sensor of it in front of our car number plate. That means the sensor just like this installed in front, there will be the bracket of this side, and then the bracket to help to fix. Use our machine to fasten to our sensor to the car plate, so can detect the front barrier when you are driving. That means that when there is a car in front of you and you are driving, and then when it get close to the front car, there will be the warning for you. You need to take brake to stop to escape to get to the crash of the front car.
Oh, I see. This FCW looks very nice. It is installed so far. We install it under the car's number plate. The car number plate we will provide. There's any tray for it. There's any tray we provide to our customer if we install the FCW.
Yeah, of course. We
Okay.
have the
Two kind of tray, right? One
Yeah.
it is the
Ups.
horizon. This
Yeah.
another. It is the
side plate.
Oh, okay, I see, I know it. So far, there's two kind of the tray for the customer. It is optional to install our the FCW. For this kind of the product, it can help us to distinguish the distance. So, do you have? I just watched the video about the A-in-1 functions, the
Yeah.
O1. We saw it as a reminding on the display. Could you show again to the customer about the FCW?
Yeah, let us show you the FCW function, how to show our DVR screen. You can see that this is the yellow screen and the sound, and means the first level. The yellow means the first level. And then will be turned red and a different sound. This is mean the second level. What is the difference first level and the second level? That means that when we have the setting to our product, when you get into this first level distance, there will be the warning for you. It's really very close and get to make the collision with the front car. There is a get first level to reminding the driving first, and when you have many action to take the brake, and then when get close again to the front car, there will the second level for you. To remind you to lead, you must take the brake, otherwise you get crash to the front car. So there will be the second level warning for you for take the brake.
Okay. As I see here, we saw that also the FCW in the market they use the camera just as some calculation to about the what can I say to do the FCW. So maybe I think when I get close to if there's a car is here, if they get close, the picture will become bigger, and then they say, oh, it is to send the information to the DVR for the FCW. But we believe that we still may also do the service for this kind of the technology. So far we find it. We believe the microwave radar detection will be more reliable than this kind of the pictures, the calculation. But we believe that the microwave can detect the moving object and then from the object autonomously, so that we have enough the time to take the break to tell us this is the FCW. That is the difference between the FCW to another current FCW in the picture calculation. So I think it is the very good one, and then it's very useful one. So in the what is more, because I heard the blind spot, the detection sound of the two side and left side, the sound is different.
Yeah.
The FCW sound is also the difference.
Yeah, it's also different. You can hear again. This is the first level. This is the second level. So it can make the clear distinguish for the driver, which is the first level, which is the second level. You need to take the brake. What's more, our system also have the sensitivity of the sensor for the driver to adjust. That means that our FCW basic walking distance for it is 70 meter. 70 meter. When you adjust the sensitivity of the sensor, you can adjust the low level, middle level, and the high level. That means that you can adjust the warning for the first level to get as close or the far distance as you want.
Oh, I think it is very optional for our customer to adjust the different sensitivities of this kind of the sensor, so that they can enjoy better the distance they lie at this moment.
Yeah.
And then what is more, I saw it is installed on the outside, just under the car plate, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just asking, the waterproof and then the dustproof, it is okay for this kind of the sensor, because as you see, we drive at the outside. You do know the Middle East, because we do the project for the Toyota.
Yeah.
Toyota car for the parking sensor.
Yeah.
The dusty, and then it is the gray problem for the parking sensor. I suppose you remember we have to do the service about it. So come across the dusty, the weather, you come across the heavy rain, so there's any effect on our FCW sensor?
For our sensor, we also made a lot of the research and a lot of the consideration of our sensor. First, our sensor will be the waterproof. So it that means that we can use our sensor in the raining situation. It also can detect the front car for your reminding. What's more, we also do some the humidity test and high temperature test and low temperature test. That means that our Steelmate, when we develop one product, we need to consider many situations when we are driving, such as the heavy rain, such as the slow situation. We can use our products in any environment to help us, our driver, to have the safety driving.
Yeah, it looks like very nice, the product. We believe that this kind of the product, it will help us to in the better driving, and then as the Mr. Wills mentioned, it experienced so many the reliable tests. What it is a reliable test? The reliable test, it means the high humidity, high temperature, some shortcut, high current, and so many the testing for it. So that's the product. When it goes out, it can be available, can be handle all of the situation. That means that it can be universal. This kind of the product can be in the universal, the different environments can be handled different series, the environment. So that it means that the lifespan of this kind of the product will be more longer, I think.
Yeah.
So that is the what we still make the considerations at this moment for the FCW. So it looks like very nice. So do you have a more introduction about another function? Because we watched the video, there's another function with it. Do you have another brief introduction?
I get the message from our friends. My friends told me that some question for the FCW installation. They don't know how to install this FCW to our DVR. Let us show the video for our friends to introduction for the introduction of FCW first. You can see after watching our video about the installation of the FCW, I think our fans will be a basic clear idea for how to install our forward condition warning system. You can see that our system will be the cable to install the OBD passcode into our car. This is to read the car the speed data for it. Just read the data for it, not collect the data for it. That means our sensor need to read the data of the car speed to correct, to be more precise to collect the data to help us to have the better alarm for our STW system. And for other function parts in our countries, Mr. Mark, do you know this? We also need to, in our country, there will be some regulation to our driver need to wearing the belt when we are driving, no matter in the front or the rear seat.
So far, I do not know this regulation, but as I see, all the passengers should be take the seat belt when I go to the Guangzhou.
Yeah.
That is what is happening in China. If there, as you see, there's so many CCTV in China at this moment. If the CCTV take a picture about the driver or the passenger do not take the seat belt in Guangzhou, there will be around the penalty on the driver. So that is the reason when I take the cab in the Guangzhou, the driver always to remind me that, hey, my friend, you should take the seat belt, otherwise he will suffering penalty. So that is the reason some of the driver will refuse to drive the car if you do not take the seat belt in the rear seat. So I think the seat belt, the reminding the function, it is to some degree it will become popular later in the China at this moment.
Yeah, in some countries also will have the regulation for this to require the passenger in the rear seat or the front seat to wearing the seat belt. So we also consider for this future development. We also develop this seat belt reminding function part for you to pair into our DVR to have the function for reminding for our driver. You can see this icon. There will be the four guys icon for it. This is for the front. This is for the front right side passenger. Then the 3 is for the rear side passenger to remind you which one is not wear the seat belt when you are driving. And if when we install this sensor, if the passenger not wear the seat belt, there will be the red warning for you. This passenger not wearing the seat belt.
Oh, I see. I just checked the video. The little girl do not take the seat belt.
Yeah.
So the father will remind the little girls to take the seat belt to ensure the safety of the passenger. As we see, so many accidents, the passenger and driver can be in the damage of the life or the damage for the body or can be lower since if they take the seat belt.
Yeah.
But so many is the passenger, because the seat belt is not very comfortable, they refuse to take the seat belt. It cause the life in danger, life the damage, and then it's not good for the body if the accident happens. So I think that the seat belt reminding it will become more popular later at this moment. And then the driver can know whether the passenger take the seat belt timely. Okay, it looks like very nice and very good reminding for the driver and then the passenger.
Let us show our friends to the component of seat belt function part. This is the pressure sensor for the passenger. That means that you need to put this sensor to our seat for the passenger under the seat, and you have the connection for it. And then this is the sensor. This sensor install stick style on the seatbelt buckle. Seatbelt buckle. When the passenger not put the seatbelt of the buckle normally, there will be the warning show on our display to warning the driver. This passenger more wear the seatbelt, so have the better warm and the easy installation and clear reminding for our driver who is not wear the seatbelt.
Then it is the two reminder or just the one, that the same one or the different two, the reminding of the rear passenger. This kind of the matching, this kind of the design. There's the two. I mean the this kind of the sensor is the two sensor or just the one sensor. Two different sensors.
This sensor is you can buy 4 sensors all at once for the front rear passenger and 3 for the rear passenger. That means you can install 4 sensors together, have the reminding for which guy lock wear the seatbelt.
Okay, I see. So it looks like very nice for the product, for this sensor for it. And then beside it, do you have one more function for the DVR, right?
Yes. For other function, as we know, because this year we happen the situation of the COVID-19.
Yeah, I know.
And many people around the country is very cautious about the air quality. So we also consider the air quality is very important during our driving, because when we are driving, we have in our normal time we have a long time driving. No matter go to the work, no matter go to a trip, we also stay quite long time when we are driving in the car. So it's necessary to monitoring the air quality of the car.
Oh, I see. There is just a air quality is the monitor.
Yeah.
So to monitor the air quality, so that we can know how is the air quality, how is the air quality situation. We can see the icons on the DVR or not?
Yeah, we can see the air quality through our DVR. This component, this is the air quality sensor to monitoring the air quality, the situation of the car. You can see 2 icons. One is a PM 2.5. One is the TVOC. This means that the first is to monitoring the PM 2.5 situation of the car. To monitoring the small particle of the car. When it's very harmful, there will be the reminding for you. You need to open the window to refresh the air of the car. The second one is a TVOC. TVOC means the harmful chemical air of the car. When he in the very bad situation, the color will be turned red to remind you need to refresh the car air. You can see that the color now is the green. That means that the quality of the car situation is good. And there will be the 3 colors for reminding. One is the green. The second is the yellow. The third one is the red. The yellow one is means the fair quality. The red one is the very bad quality of the air inside the car, just like this. So we can install this air quality monitoring sensor inside our car to monitoring the air quality of our car. We can have the more clean air when we are driving to keep our healthy when we are driving.
Okay, since Mr. Will have a detail and specifies the introduction about the div A function at this moment. So may I know there's another friend also leave a message to me. There's any have two camera or one camera for the DVR? Only one camera, or how is the situation about the DVR? He's asking the mirror one, the mirror one.
You can see that this is our hit model for the mirror one. We call it N900. N900. We have this model have the picture of the 1080 resolution for the front camera and the rear camera. That means that we can recording the video for the front driving and the rear driving together. Let me show you on the screen. This now is the front recording on the screen. This now is the rear recording for your driving. And that we can show for the front and the rear driving situation on the same screen together also.
Okay.
And this resolution is also for the front and the rear camera. It's same is for the 1080 visual resolution.
Okay.
For this mirror DVR, let me have the brief introduction for this function for it first. This icon can to adjust to the bright close the screen or to the open the screen when you want to get dark for the screen. You can press this icon, and when you can to put the second time will be the darkness. So you just when you put second time when it darkness, you just make it as the mirror viewer of the car.
Oh, I see. Just like the different shiftings of the different situation can be shown in this moment, right?
Yes, and the second icon is to adjust the parameter of this DVR.
Okay, there's the parameter setting in it.
You can see the memory, storage, and the time and day setting, resolution setting, and the video length setting, G sensor setting. Do you know what is G sensor?
G sensor, I suppose just a shock. When I come across the shock, there is take a picture or have this function, because as we see, maybe there's some accident happen. I will take a break suddenly, and then the G sensor will sense my action. So it will take the picture or not, right?
Yes. For this model, there is a G sensor inside the DVR. That means that when you have
for a long time, please pay attention to it.
That means that when you have the emergency situation, when you have the urgent brake, there will be the shock for the car. So the G sensor inside the DVR will take the picture or recording the video to record what happened.
Okay, so that it means that there will be a very good assistance to record it when we come across the accident.
Yeah,
so it's very good one.
Yeah, what's more, when this emergency situation happen and your storage car is when the situation happen and then the storage car is full and you not delete, the video of the emergency video will be replaced the former video automatically. So that means that you can record the emergency situation when this happen. No need to worry the SD card is full or not.
Okay, I see. I understand.
And then the G sensor setting is also can be adjusted to the sensitivity of it for the low, middle, and the high as the customer requirement. And then here's the parking mode. It's the value of the DVR, high, middle, and the low.
Oh, I see. That is the very good function for this the DVR.
And then the next is the brightness of DVR. That means that you can manually to adjust the brightness of the DVR. Also can be adjusted by themselves to detect the lights to.
Okay, I
That
see.
is automatically to adjust the brightness.
Yeah, when you drive in the nighttime, the outside, the light in the outside is big, but especially in the channel, when you are driving in the channel, the light is big outside, so that the mirror can automatically to adjust the brightness, so that it will not affect the driver driving.
Yes, and then we also have the Joystick driving. That's what is the joystick driving. That means that when we have long time driving, when we have and then we put this button on, there will be why the way you have the long driving this time. You need to have the rest for it. So that means if you have the long driving when you go back to home or go to the tree, when you turn on this button, there will be the human voice reminding for you you are driving a long time, you need to take a rest. So that means you can have this device for your reminding you have the rest to keep your safety driving when you back to home or back to go to trip.
This is the short-term recording.
Yes, this is the timing recording when you have the long time driving.
Okay. So as I know here, we see the video. There is another. When somebody knocks your car, there's take the picture of it, right?
Yes, this is the function of the G sensor function. That means that when we have the urgent emergency, when you have the crash of the DVR or car, there will be the taken picture action or the taken video action, and then you can see that it is light of there is the light of our camera.
Yeah, we saw it.
There is a light of our camera. So when the emergency situation happen, this light will be flash to alert the guy who lock your car or who to steal your car.
Okay, it become just a red and flash to scare the thief or to some of the guy who want to knock your car. There is the very good design, and then I suppose there is a siren either. Yes, if we buy a siren for this component.
Even the parking alarm is also one of the function of our A-in-1. As you know, our Steelmate developed for the product firstly for the alarm system. So we also pair this function to our DVR also. That means that if you buy this siren to install in our car and then to wireless pair to our DVR, when they have some guy to tend to lock your car or stick your car with the crate for your car. So first there will be the flash to alert it, and then will be the beep sound from the siren to further alert the guy who want to steal your car.
Oh, I see. Looks very nice one. There's another siren. It's a wireless connection to the DVR, so that it can be if we activate this function, it can be scare the thief to away to our car. It looks like very nice. It looks like just a car alarm, because as we see, so many cars is compliant with the car alarm. But actually, the car alarm need to do some wiring, the cabling. To some degree, it is very complicated. But with this siren, just have a scare of the thief that it is enough. It looks very nice at this moment. Thank you. And then, do you have a more introduction about this big DVR? I saw there is the fixture, the mounting on the mirror. So there's the one kind of the only the one fixture on the mirror, or there's more the fixture on the mirror, or do you have a more fixture for this kind of DVR?
Yeah, you can see our appearance is the long one, it's a long one, it's not angle one design for it. So that means it looks very elegant and very made many angle to our customer to see it. The second is you can see that is the belt to the rear mirror of our original car. That means that when you buy this DVR, you don't need to remove or dispatch the original rear mirror of the car. Just belt on the original rear mirror. It's very fastened. It's very fastened for the installation.
Okay, as I see here, we have this kind of this kind we can tie our DVR to the original mirror without to replace it. This is one one kind of the installation and then the fixture on the mirror. Because some of the country, the people maybe enjoying is that the car is still in the warranty. If we remove the mirror and we cause any problem or any dangerous to the passenger and the driver, they will have not in warranty. Then the responsibility will be on the driver. That is the reason we keep the original mirror. That is one kind of it.
Yeah. This is some feature introduction of this model. We call it M900. And for the middle one, we also have another model for some for the design for some the customer want to just remove the original rear mirror. Just like some kind of the automaker want to just install this DVR to replace the original mirror, and then we can reload it to bounce the DVR on the rear mirror. We have this one M901. You can see that the design just like the rear mirror. And then the rear side of this, there will be the connection for the original car brake. That means that you buy our DVR, then you have the suitable brake to the original car, then can be replaced the original rear mirror of the car to put our product on it. I think this channel will be suited for some kind of the car maker channel or some kind of the customer who want to just replace the rear mirror one.
Okay, there is the two kind of the model. Different model is suitable for different situation, because some of the friend or some of the driver in the country, they do not need the original mirror. We can provide this one for the replaceable of the original mirror. And then what is more, Steelmate, we develop more models for customer to enjoy a better actually better the vision, in my opinion, that because there is the middle size, we have a bigger size such as a 10-inch size, so it will be also available later. We have more detail in our Facebook and YouTube. You can also leave the message to our email box. We can update more information about different models to you. As long as you can see our email address is in our page, you can leave the message to our email box so that we can reply it timely. So I think it's very nice the product. So may I know, can I use the Wi-Fi function to download the DVR or not?
For this VR model, at this moment, we not install the Wi-Fi function for this VR DVR. As you see, you can see it's a big screen. You can see the video through the screen, or then can just take the car to your computer. This means that because the screen is big enough for you to check the DVR. If you so we not install the Wi-Fi function for this VR model. But for the Wi-Fi function, we have another choice for you. This is our small screen DVR. It is the 3-inch screen, and this is the button for you to control the DVR. And then this one will be the Wi-Fi function to connect it to our telephone we can control take the photo, take the video. We can see the video through our telephone through the Wi-Fi connection to our DVR. This model we call it D600. No matter this model or the real model, we also all these 3 models all have the A function of it.
Okay, I see. So may I know there's the rear camera, that it is also the 1080, the high resolutions, the rear camera, or just another kind of the camera? Could you recommend it to us?
For this small screen model D600, the front camera resolution is 1080 pixel resolution, and for the rear camera is for the 720 pixel resolution. Let me have some feature introduction for you for this model. You can see that there is the you can see that there will be the bracket of to connect it to our DVR. So that means it's very easy to portable to remove our DVR from the bracket. And then the bracket there will be the 3M sticker to stick on the mirror. It's very fasten. That means when you fasten this bracket on the front mirror, and you want to remove the DVR to make some procedure to handling the DVR, just remove from the bracket. It's very easy for our customer to control. And then as we mentioned, there will be the Wi-Fi function to connect it to our telephone. Let me also show you how it's connected to our telephone. Firstly, you can see this icon to select to app icon, and then there will be the barcode for you to scan. When you scan for it, you can download the app first. When you finish scanning, there will be the icon like this 1S, and we can open this. We can open this app. You can see our app design is very clean and very. We can see all the information of it. Then you can click to connect to the Wi-Fi. So connect the Wi-Fi of the machine. You can while the passport of it then is finished connected on the telephone. When you finish connected, there will be the loading of the app. So I also have the reminding from the screen that you have been connected to the telephone. connected to the telephone. You can, when you finish connecting, you can see that there will be the picture recording from the DVR. You can see clear of it. This is from the front. This is from the rear camera. So you can control this button. For the front is for the front. This control. Rear side is for the rear camera recording. And then you can take a photo through your telephone, and you can take the video through your telephone, and you can have the basic setting also through your telephone to finish. So it's very convenient for this product. If you want to check the video, you want to take a photo through your telephone.
It means that it can be connected with the app so that we can download, you can convenience to get all the information for it. So it looks very nice design for this small and then the big camera. The difference, because as we see, the big camera with the medium floating is I think is the new one at this moment, and then the small one, it is with the function with it because it's not too big. We will not block the vision of the driver so that it can be keep it in the safety driving. So that is the reason we do not develop very big one is the small camera, because we think this to some degree because the display we can know we can check some information timely from the display. The second, we can take some of the photo maybe when we see the small display, but more information can be read by connection of the Wi-Fi, so that we can download to our cell phone to receive it to see what is the happening for our Steelmate what is the happening from the in the past. The recording. So our Steelmate product we be considering is we believe it the basic function, the basic requirement we can make it for the DVR. DVR is very common one for the DVR, honestly. But we think if we can develop more of the function, and then in the one DVR, it will save the most the space of on the dashboard, and then the driver can be focused on his attention on the one DVR. That will be okay. We do not to distract. If we not do too much, the display will distract the attention. That will cause the problem. There is not very uneasy the driving if the too much display on it. We believe that this kind of the DVR can cover so many functions at this moment. And then in the further the big one, we will develop our A-in-1 safety system in the Android panel. The Android panel model we will introduce to you later, because we think that some of the customers do not need the DVR. Why not? We develop a common and very easy the product on the panel, the Android panel. With the Android panel, we will have to see more possibilities we will less the panel on it, and then we can have enjoy better driving. Mr. Will, so let me bring the test trip first, so that we can have further show to our customer.
Mr. Ma will take the test trip for our friends to show. For he mentioned how our A-in-1 system how to work in our hand unit model. see that this is our
test strip.
test strip for is just more simulate there is the hand unit of our car. And this is a hand unit is an engine system hand unit. And this is the this is our develop for the our just like some the USB sensor to make our system into this parts to connect the data, collect data with all function part to connect data of all function part. Just means that the sensor will be transmitted through this USB port to our hand unit. You can see that this you have installed the function part of it. You can select you can see this icon. This icon is very easy to remove from your hand unit screen. You want to put any place you want it to show. And you can see this. We have the different functions showing from this display. You have also the same is the front parking, rear parking, blind spot detection, SCW, TBNS, and air quality monitoring, and the seat belt reminding for the function part. And this icon is for the setting for our system. That means that we can have the finish. We can do our setting and do our prayer process through this small display. And when the situation happens, such as the blind spot detection, there will be when some car get into the blind spot area, there will be the stamp had the first level warning and the second level warning for you, and SW for work condition warning must also have the same warning situation for the first level and the second level for you. As will be the sound and the icon show in the hand unit to remind you together.
Okay, it means that there is if the Android panel install the app in the Android panel, and then we can enjoy the A-in-1 function on the Android panel. But it is not only for the DVR. Maybe some of the customer need the DVR. We design new product for the customer do not need the DVR, so that the customer can enjoy our products better. As you will see, if we because as we see, we have a different taste of the different customer, different requirement. We cannot force the customer to have to install the DVR. What is more, many of the customer has installed the original their DVR. So that is the reason we cannot just tell them, oh, just remove the original DVR and then buy our DVR. Actually, we cannot, and then we just can suggest more possibility for our customer. You buy the original DVR, it is okay, but for us, we have more function, A-in-1 function in just your Android panel. That we also can help you better to enjoy our A function in one is the product. You can enjoy more is the safety devices in by ours this kind of the design of the DVR panel, Android panels. And then what is more, it is the TVMS is also available to communication with ours
this handless A1 safety system. Let me show our friends to rest our function. And this is the front parking for your reminding. This is the rear parking for your reminding. And this is the TBNS, high pressure, low pressure, and fire leakage. And then here's a high temperature. This is a seat belt reminding when he's have the wear the seatbelt, there will be the green color load, and the one when the passenger not wear the seatbelt, there will be the orange color to remind you this guy not wear the seatbelt.
Okay. All the function Mr. Will have a display on the DVR is available in our head unit, the A-in-1 is the safety system. So it has a window flooring on it has a transparent, half the transparent floating window on the surface of this Android panel. It will not disturb you if everything is okay. But if come across any emergency or urgent situation, it will goes out to remind you that that it is the problem. It will not block your vision. It will not disturb you. We have a different model for this kind of the DVR. You can just hide this kind of small icon. You can adjust it by the sound from this HU unit, so that you have an idea what is going on. So it means that we will considering a lot about the driver, because some of the driver they think he only needs to listen to the sound. He can distinguish what is going on, what is happening. That it will be finished. That will be okay. So they do not want to any small window to disturb him on the HU. Maybe he is in the driving to see the map in this Android panel. But honestly, we consider it. We have a different model in the setting. As you see, Mr. Will have to show you the parameter setting for the different mode for it. So it will not disturb the driver. You can help the driver better for the not silent. Actually, it is the not enjoyable the driving at this moment. So that is the Steelmate. We think a lot to develop the different kind of the product to help the driver have a better journey for it. Okay, and then so you have today we have introduction about our A-in-1 system, and then we have another generation beside for the HU units, Android panels. So how is the Android systems version? Android system version?
Android system version will be to the 4.0. This means that when your Android system of hand unit is about to the 4.0 version, it's all available to our hand unit A-in-1 system.
Oh, okay, I see. That it looks very nice, because in the market we can see all the Android panel is above the 4.0 the Android system. That we can it means that it is available more than the 85% on the current HU units market, and we think that it is not worry about it. For the APK, you can download from the different market, the shops, the different market, Apple shop or in the Google's shop market. You can download it, and then what is more about regarding the product? Actually, we have a different agent in the different country. You can contact with our agent first. Our agent will guide you to buy our product, and then our product is in the market. We welcome our agents to book the product, so that they can try this kind of the product of the market. Because as we see, we sell the product maybe one by one and step by step. But as you see, this kind of the product can help you to make your sales next more integrated. Take an example. If we sell the TPMS first, the first step is like this. So maybe you can sell the DVR first, so that you can attract the customer to install your TPMS. Later, DSD and what more the function. You make his car more and more better at this moment. So there's the thinking. Maybe we can change it. Maybe I got the TPMS first in my shop, in my order or in my warehouse. But we think that maybe I want to try some hacking. I want to try some blind spot. So why not sell our DVR first to attract the customer? Because in the South Asian market, they prefer the DVR very much, and then take the very large percentage in the market at this moment. So we think that maybe go with the DVR first, and then the one parcel, the next parcel to make this the whole. The parcel will be completed. And then so that it will be better. So I think there's another sales idea that I share today, and then I hope our agent and the customer can say it first in the DVR, and then make the parcel of the TDMS, make the parcel of the BSD, FCW, that we can pick them together with the big one. So if it helps your sales, if it helps what we call it, you call it the return order. The return order will come from the two sides. The one is the final customer, the another from the dealer. If the dealer wants the more returns order, this kind of the parcel can help the dealer have the more returns the order. So that is what we are thinking. We develop the product to make the driver better. We also will thinking how to help our agent and our dealer have more sales. So that means that we should. As the Mr. Wills mentioned like this, it's a win-win situation to help no matter for ours the dealer and agent, it is also help the driver. So I think that is the great idea. Maybe we can discuss, and then we can have further discussion. Actually, today we Steelmate selling the product. Actually, in the global world, another manufacturer also selling the product. But we can share some idea. Maybe we never come across. We can exchange the opportunity. Maybe we come across a different country. Maybe I have been to Thailand, Vietnam, and Singapore, and so many places. I know how is the sales the channel, how is the sales the net in there, and then how is your idea. Maybe some of the idea can simulate your market. Maybe we can share, we can use it to see how is it, how we can change it. Could it be possible to bring more the profit for our agent and dealer? So we think that because the market is there, maybe your sales net is very comprehensive and very you're familiar with it, but we should think about more idea to make the market more active. So it will make it more positive. That is what we are thinking. So I think today you can leave the message to the email box in the pages. We also welcome you can share your idea. You can ask any question about the market to us, so that we can share our idea to help your market better. Because as I said, I've been to so many markets, and then maybe this market is popular, this kind of product, this kind of the product, such as what is it? The fuel. The fuel is very popular in the South Asian market. BF fuel, the Hilapin fuel in the Thailand, in so many fuel in this moment. So maybe we have an idea about the film, we have idea, exchange idea about the DVR, have another things, maybe we can make it together better, develop more possibility, that will be better. So I think Canon Fair Online Show, in my opinion, is not only just a show to show our product. I think it is a show to exchange more idea
between us.
Between you and me. So I hope you can also share more idea with us. We can share more our experience when we are exploring in market, even about the Chinese market is also it can be available. So thanks for watching our today's live show, and then I hope we can be most amazing and impressed. The talk show will be available in the afternoon from the 1 o'clock in the China time, and then I hope that we can bring more surprise to you, and then you can know more about our Steelmate. Because Steelmate is not only a company just stay in the original place, it can move forward. I hope we can move forward together with you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for your introduction, for watching our A1 system. We are also welcome you to see more our video on our today live show and live show from our Canon Fair Live. Thank you.